Welcome to the Wicked Gamer and Collector. In today's video we are going to talk about some Game Boy accessories that is unique, obscure and forgotten by many. Alright, so a little shout out to the multi-card collector. She sent in this product for me to check it out, to review it here on the channel and to show it you, the Wicked family. And if you didn't subscribe to the channel, become one of the Wicked family people and hit that little bell, because you already missed out a lot of Wicked videos and great products. Alright, so we're going to do this overview of the product. What are we going to get within the box and what is the meaning with this product? Because it says the Filament Kit, but some of you are already knowing there were some other ideas behind this product. And it has nothing to do with development. So the GB Smart Development Kit. I did a lot of research and searching for information regarding this product, but I can tell you it's pretty hard to find even some little information, because there was nothing out there. Of course, maybe you have some information, you can always drop it in the comments if you have this kit or some information that I missed out. But what it was intended for is more like personal development. I think if you're a company or just a person who wants to develop, let's say, Game Boy games back in the day, this would be the way to do it. Getting your hands on development kit from the official Nintendo was, I think, basically impossible. So this company in China made this product. So I even managed to find this website. I'm guessing this thing is out of order. In other words, you cannot buy or find any other information. But still, we can find some information about the product. First of all, they already saying over here, this is not an official Nintendo product. And what they also wanted to say with this, I'm guessing that it is not licensed. So what they are already telling you here is that there are some differences in cards. All the cards itself have rumble function, and it is even possible to make a copy. And here comes the pirated part of this development kit, because it's not only intended for developing games, it is also made for piracy. So it's really funny that they even left the sticker on. And I'm guessing this is the old valuta we had here back in the day. So recalculated from the old to the euro we're having here, I'm guessing this thing costs around 175 euro. That is around $185. Alright, so let's do this unboxing together and let's see what comes inside this development kit. So the first thing that I'm noticing, this thing is in very good condition. Besides the box, of course, is a little bit bust up over the years. But it comes with this little cartridge. We're going to take a close look at it later. And here we have the development kit. So this is the machine that makes it all possible. So the little cartridge, we're having two different versions. We're having the 8 megabytes and the 60 megabytes. So what I understand of this, all of these versions have rumble function built inside. And the reason why is there were some games like Pokemon Pinball that has the vibration function. Alright, so the cartridge itself is a little bit bigger than the original cartridge, so it will stick out on the top of the Game Boy itself. I'm guessing the big compartment here we can find the rumble function. So keep in mind this is a very old card, so they still needed a big compartment for rumble function back in the day. So but let's take a close look at the development kit, because basically this is of course where it is all about. But this is also what we call the copy box. So the people are really no clue what is a copy box. And copy box basically a very old tool to pirate games. Yes, we have new ways nowadays, but back in the day it was very hard to find a product that can do this. So here we have the development kit. Basically what you do is use this cartridge for rewriting and just basically adding new games. But also what you can do with this part of the thing is just reading the game or the original game back to a floppy drive. Yeah, 3.5-inch floppy drives were the thing back at the day. But the development kit was pretty unique simply because this thing was a standalone device. You could use a computer, yes, for sending the files and from the floppy drives, but basically this device did it all. We're having one button, the red one for going from the card to the disk, the yellow from disk to card, and so on. So it was very convenient and very easy to use for everybody. But only the device needed some power, and you needed to do this with a power supply here at the side beside the power switch. You needed a 6 volt up to 12 volt power supply. But what is very unique is that this thing has a battery compartment. It depends a little bit what kind of batteries you are using. The Panasonic, for example, not that very powerful, but if you're using Duracell, other brands like Panasonic, the more expensive one, that gives you a couple of hours of time so you can use this device mobile. So that is something that is very unique and convenient. Alright, so powering on, let's see if the product is working, and as you can see, it still works after all of these years. So when you want to write or read something, you need to power off the system, enter the card or original game, power on, and if you want to, for example, read something from the floppy drive to the card, it's very easy, just press the button and it's ready to go. So if you want to create your own game or create your own monster, you can basically click it in your Game Boy and power it on. But still a lot of questions remains. For example, is it possible to add multiple games? I don't think so. The device only makes a one-on-one copy from the product or from the floppy drive. So that is what it basically does. Fun fact that it still has a Wario Land game built inside after all these years. So that is something that I read before, and a lot of people did have this too. So as you can see, it still contains this game that is working perfectly and even has the save function like the original game. But what I wanted to try is, let's see if this cartridge works on the GB Color. In other words, this is a Chinese Game Boy Color clone. And what I know in the past with multi-game cards and other weird obscure, let's say, game cards, that it had problems with Game Boy Color and other systems. But it seems to be that this thing is even working on the Game Boy Color clone from our friends from China. So like with the copy box back at the day, this was a way to create your cheap and own library of games on floppy drives. But the only thing is, so it seems to be that this thing only contains one game. So you need to load and rewrite this cartridge every single time you want to play a different game. Nowadays it's not very convenient. We have a lot of new products. For example, we having the Everdrives that gives you basically the same idea, only you can having all the games on one cartridge. And it does funny thing is that it flashes too on a chip, but the technology is so superior nowadays that this thing is more like a collectible for your collection of Game Boy and just fun to see and mess around with. So creating your own game, it's still very cool, you can do this. The product itself, it seems to be in very good condition, but again, it's more like a collectible item nowadays. You can create your own monster of a game, or you can just basically be naughty and pirate and basically rip the games through the floppy drive. So to be honest, I really didn't know there was a development kit slash, let's say, pirate box for the Game Boy. I know there are some for the Super NES, for the Mega Drive, and even for the N64. And the idea behind it is basically the same. You can just make backup of the games. So I am very happy that I have this product here on the channel, so I can show you a piece of history. Still, it's not licensed by Nintendo in any way, but it's just fun to show these obscure and forgotten products. And I think maybe a lot of you didn't even know this existed like me. But that is very simple. Keep in mind, this thing was super expensive back at the day, and I think not a lot of people would buy this. So simply because it's very obscure, and that is what makes this thing very hard to find. But the other side of this thing is it's more like a collectible nowadays. Because of all the Everdrives and all the options we have with the new technology around us, this thing is again more like a pure collectible. It's not very convenient nowadays. The Everdrives are way more convenient, and I did some reviews about Everdrives if you don't know what it is, so don't forget to check it out. So I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell, become one of this Wicked family. We have a lot of great products over here on the channel that we're going to review, talk about, a lot of weird stuff, obscure stuff. Thanks for Multicard Collector for sending this in, and it would be great to see you in the next video.